Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here, and welcome to another retro gaming review. And this time I bring you Gazza's Super Soccer for the Sinclair ZX Spectrum, published by Empire Software and released in 1990. As you probably guessed, it's officially endorsed by the then football player Paul Gascoigne. So I've just at this moment redefined my keys. I'm going to player friendly, I think. Player versus computer. Change the name. So it seems like if I wanted, I could change the name. Bollocks to this. I'm just going to go straight on to the... And here you can select... Yeah, every time I select style, you can change the formation. See where it says playing style near the top of the screen? It alters that. That every time you... So I could rename all them. I could rename all of these players, but I can't be asked, so... So it's not going to let me change my actual team. No, it's not, is it? Play game. Well, that's a soft white noise for the atmosphere and a slightly tinny whistle sound effect. Oh my god. Look how jerky that is. And why don't I have another person in this in the kickoff area with me? I'm sure there's supposed to be another person to whom I can just tap this ball to. Instead I have to kick it in the opposite direction. Oh goodness me, this is so clunky. Oh god. Whoa! What's going on here? It actually changed the viewpoint the moment I got into the... Oh god. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but it really doesn't work. I mean, when you're heading down, when I was heading downwards to head towards the centre of the pitch, and then it rotated so it was that side-on view for the middle part, I was still heading downwards. Oh god, of course he was there to receive that. Actually, thinking about it, maybe that whistle sound effect's not too bad after all. It's got that kick meter in the bottom middle of the screen, just above the time there. I was actually reading up on the instructions, and one thing that separated this from the from other football games is that once you've actually set up your team and the like, you could actually save it and take it across to the other. To the same game on other formats, such as the Commodore 64, the Amstrad. What? Did he even touch that? Oh dear, this... I can't believe Paul Gascoigne put his name to this jerky mess. I mean, look at... Blimey, he threw it right across the pitch. Who is he, Superman or something? Oh god, let me change to someone who actually has a realistic chance of getting the ball. Oh, I have to actually press a different key to select my goalkeeper. I actually have to press enter to do that for some reason, even though I can just even though it just automatically switches for everyone else. Bloody hell, I can't get used to the switching camera angles. Oh, I mean, anyone who's seen my review of Tony Meola's Sidekick Soccer will know how confusing it got with that constantly revolving Mode 7 pitch. But see, look, I was heading over to the left there because it suddenly switched the camera angle. Well, that was possibly the most unexciting scoring of a goal I've ever seen in a football game. I mean, even in match day in 1984, they actually had the players of the team that scored the goal waving their hands in the air and punching fist punching the air in celebration. They didn't do anything in this. They just jutted about like they're being subjected to random electric shocks. Oh God, I don't know where anyone is when they're off the screen. Where's the ball? Oh, there it is. Look at this, it's a mess. Oh, God. I'm sure that hit the post. Why is that man there not getting in this centre ring with me? You're supposed to be there, mate. Oh, God. I mean, couldn't the crowd have a bit of animation on them? Even in Arctic's World Cup football, they were animated. Oh, God, this is crap. I don't like the way it switches the camera angle like that. It's it messes up your controls when you're transitioning from one viewpoint to another. Because one moment you're going right, and then suddenly you're heading off to the side of the pitch the moment the angle change. And why this? Oh, God, this is utterly stupid. Oh dearie me, this is. I'm just absolutely. Come on. I can't see the ball half the time. I could not see the ball at all. What the hell? Oh, God. This is crap. I'm sorry, but... And to think they were charging £9.99 for the cassette version and £14.99 for the disc version. And this is in 1990 and we're getting jerky crud like this. Oh, goodness me. Get out of the bloody way. Half the time in this view you can't see the ball. What kind of sound is that for hitting the post? What? How could he have scored a goal like that? Oh, this is absolutely cack. I mean, oh, God. Why do you have to press a different button to select the goalie? Why can't it just be the same as any other player? See, if everyone's just jerking and teleporting all over the place. I'm so... Oh, God. This is an utterly horrible, horrible game. Funny enough, even though it had crappy music, I actually enjoy Arctic's World Cup football more than this. Yeah, it's very basic, but at least it's smooth-ish. This isn't even close to smooth. It's got... It's got more jerks than a drug convention. What the hell is going on here? This really wasn't a good idea to have all the to have the pitch change angles like that. I mean, it's not. Doing something different's fine if it works. This doesn't. I mean, his goal kicks seem to be a useless. I can't seem to kick it in the. Look at this. It's rubbish. And again, because I was heading downwards while I was on that previous view, oh, flipping hell. This is rank. I never know where my other teammates are. Oh, God. So there you have it. That was Gazza's Super Soccer on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. And let me assure you, after having played that, I can't find anything super about it. It is a jerky, juddery, glitchy mess. The switching of the camera angle from side on in the middle of the pitch to head on for goals, it just doesn't work. Because suddenly the moment it transitions, your player's running in the wrong direction. It's better to just pick one of those views and stick to it. I mean, you didn't have that kind of switching in the two matchday games, and that worked perfectly. And those are eminently more playable and smoother than this. I mean, apart from what I mentioned about being able to save and continue with your team set up on the same game on a different platform, this game's pretty much got little to nothing going for it whatsoever. I mean, that kick meter seems to not work all that well. So, usual verdicts. Graphics. They sort of look okay in stills, but the way they're animated, to say it's not exactly slick is putting it very mildly. As you saw from that footage, it is exceptionally jerky and choppy. I wouldn't say it was slow, but it certainly could have done with being a lot smoother than that. It can actually make it hard to keep track of what's going on. Especially, it sometimes seemed as if players were just jumping about all over the place. The sound, fairly nice football sound. The sound of the crowd could have done with being a bit louder to add to the atmosphere. Not convinced by some of the other sound effects. I don't know what that sound effect was when the opposing team kicked the ball against the post. That didn't really do it for me. Gameplay. While it's a traditional ball 60th feet thing, the fact that the action's so jerky and it has that problem of switching from one camera angle to another, depending on which part of the pitch you're transitioning from, it's just a mess. And the kick meter in the bottom middle of the screen seemed to alternate between doing stupid things like being able to do a throw in went right across the full width of the pitch to not even being able to do a goal kick in which you kick the ball even remotely in the air. And there was also problems where you might find players of yours and the opponents just walking off the screen, disappearing, and well, you don't even see them walk off the screen. They just get fairly close to the edge of the screen, and then they just disappear into nothingness, and you've got no idea where they are. Regardless of whether that's an opposing player or one of yours, it does make it very hard to plan strategy and know who to pass to. And why on earth is there not a second person in with the person at the kickoffs? I mean, who do they not know the way football works? I mean, that meant I had to pretty much kick the ball backwards away from the opponent's net where I'm supposed to be trying to get the ball to in the first place. And talking of the ball, sometimes it just seemed to disappear from view, even though it should have been as clear as day where it was. But there are times when I just didn't have a clue where the ball was. Which could also be another problem with the camera angle when you're in the area of either goal area, because if someone's heading upwards towards the screen, towards the goal, then their sprite is going to be obscuring the ball. Oh dear. Longevity. Well, put it this way. That is not an enjoyable football game. It's never mind having a good, clean game. That wouldn't even qualify as dirty. Although, quite frankly, it is a mess. I mean, all that action just jerking around the place. We're talking about a game that came out in 1990. Programmers should have been well versed with the spectrum by that point to know that kind of jerky action was never going to be deemed acceptable. There was just no need for it to be the action to be all that jerky like that. It just makes the overall experience ugly to look at and ugly to play. And as a result of that, I very much doubt that people would want to play it for much longer after having played that first match. I mean, even getting to half time, my interest in the game was starting to wane. Well, actually, it hadn't just started to wane; it had waned way before that point in the proceedings. So it doesn't. Apart from that saving to be able to continue with the same team on another platform, it doesn't really offer anything new. And what else is in the game's been done far better before. I mean, I'm pretty sure even Match Day 2 was out on budget by that point in time. And when you got a game like that's coming out for $2.99, would you really want to pay an extra £7 minimum for this if you were a kid in 1990? My guess is no. So I'm going to give Gazza's not particularly super soccer 2 out of 10. I'm sorry, but that really was a very bad football game. And I'm actually quite shocked that even made it past any kind of quality control. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that review. Texie88 out.